Trapmore gang, we're back with another video, and I'm very, very excited to get into the latest Blueface drama. Okay, Blueface, he's recently been released from prison. He's outside. He's back again. We're going to see a whole bunch of drama. I think we're about to be seeing hoes fighting. You know what I'm saying? We're about to be seeing just all type of drama, all type of nonsense from Blueface, and I'm all here for it, okay? He's back outside. He's doing his thing, and he has really turned up the streets immediately upon his release. And we got, unfortunately, it sounds like the streets are actually, the streets are a little bit upset with some of the stuff that Blueface has been doing since he got out, okay? The LA streets, that you know I'm scared of these LA streets. I'm not going to lie. I'm terrified of these LA streets. I don't want these problems, but clearly Blueface is not scared of any of the smoke. So he popped up on a live stream with DDG, okay? This was 9 days ago, and this had a whole bunch of viral moments in it, but there was actually a moment in here that kind of slipped under the radar at first, but has now sparked a full back and forth, because there was basically a segment in this live stream where he would apparently low-key take a few pot shots at like several LA gangs, and people didn't realize it at the time, but now people have kind of deciphered what he said, and they're offended. Now, there's been rumors that some of the crews that were referenced and insulted by what he said on this, you know, they're saying that a few different sets of the Bloods and even some Crips were upset. I'm hearing that the Black P-Stone Bloods, the Rollin' 20 Neighborhood Bloods, and the West Side Playboy Gangster Crips were all a bunch of groups that are basically very offended by something that Blueface actually said in here. He basically did like a first day out freestyle, and basically people are saying that he was sneak dissing a whole bunch of LA gangs in this freestyle. So I'm going to pull it up and we're going to have a little listen. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted. Hopefully I don't get any of the problems that come with reacting to this sort of thing. But if I do, if the clip's missing, you're going to have to go and look this up for yourself. But it is this DDG Blueface Krishan Rock full stream. Okay, so it was at 1:12:44 where basically he was apparently low-key disrespecting some of the sets. Let's hear what he said.
Diddy, what up, twin? From Washington to Western, record us as 2020. First day in, I'm squabbling a tank twin. Where you from? Because I'm squabbling on stain twanks and pool putts. Oh my goodness, Diddy, you're not finna compare me. They're gonna be like, man, this nigga going crazy. You talking about some valedictorian shit.
Hey, come on, I'm ready.
He definitely wasn't talking about no valedictorian stuff, right? I might have to run that back, okay? So they're saying that he's actually dissing and disrespecting gangs, gang members. He's talking about squabbles that he's had with like real life ops from inside the jail cells, all right? Let's just run it back and just try and, I might even slow it down. We might even go slow motion and just try and catch some of these disses. Let's hear it.
Rock come in, hey Diddy, what up, twin? From Washington to Western, record us as 2020. First day in, I'm squabbling a tank twin. Where you from? Because I'm squabbling on stain twanks and pool putts. Oh my goodness, Diddy, you're not finna compare me. They're gonna be like, man, this nigga going crazy. You talking about some...
So it apparently took about 9 days for people to realize that, yeah, he indeed was going crazy. He was actually being very disrespectful. So in the aftermath of this stream, okay, there was a tweet by an alleged person involved with you know, Blueface's gang. He's infamous for being known as you know, schoolyard crip basically, and people are saying that this tweet from somebody called C5, all right, C5 of the Reaper. Anybody that calls themselves a Reaper, I'm not trying to have any issues with whatsoever. Like, whatever you say goes, basically. Okay, and people were basically saying, yo, like he said, nice face, bring your nice ass to the town to get your issue. So people were basically saying that this was a threat had been issued, not even a threat, but like, you know, a DP, a discipline within the schoolyard Crips, of which Blueface is allegedly affiliated with, or a member, or however you want to say it. I don't even want to get myself in too much trouble with this one, but they're saying, yo, you're gonna have to have a DP. Whatever you said in that freestyle that went over people's heads, some people weren't happy with that. Now, what some people were suggesting is that perhaps that Blueface was being offered a DP because maybe he had embellished some of what had been going on behind bars, all right? And soon after this, it was just 1 day later, after this fresh first day out freestyle on DDG's stream starts circulating through LA, even guys behind the wall in prison actually start getting word of what Blueface is saying on the mic and reacting, okay? And, you know, basically what we end up hearing is somebody... Look, we then get a response from baby B-Brazy, all right? He is apparently he's apparently from over there with the West Side Denver Lanes Bloods, okay? He called Blueface's lyrics on the song Cap, and he would basically go on to allege that Blueface was allegedly in protective custody. Now, I'm not saying that, but in this clip, he's talking a whole lot of stuff about Blueface.
He has to bounce on here and say who he talking about, who he get in with. GM. Blueface gotta bounce on here on lanes because he just jumped on that live and popped it on some homies and said, and this 20s, this Blackstone, this all that on lanes, and you came to jail, you went high power gang, and you and went to the pen, you went PC, all type shit. So I seen another person say, hey, where you was at before you went to that yard.
So he's casting doubt on Blueface's, Blueface's gangster, basically, right? That's what's happening here. And, later on, look, according to Baby B-Brazy sources, okay, he says Blueface wasn't holding it down in jail like he said he was, and they're saying that he spent more time smoking than gangbanging. Now, I can't approve of, I can't validate these statements, shout out to Blueface, but he not respecting the gangster.
Black running to you, my boy over here. That's why he gotta get on live on Bloods. He a Crip. He gotta say what happened. I'm gonna do his interview. What happened when he beat you? Like how he felt. He said, man, on the hood, I didn't respect his cripping. Jesus Christ. And this one active that I know he like, man, I ain't respect that nigga cripping. First thing he asked me is some other stuff instead of some cripping. I'm like, what he asked me? Like, man, he asked me some, I'm saying, some other shit. So I'm like, smoker shit. I'm like, damn. I'm like, on Blade, like, man, I don't respect his cripping. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
So he's trying to say that he was smoking and he doesn't respect his cripper. It's low-key, like, very disrespectful, okay? Now, after this, another response would come from another person that was associated with one of the groups that Blueface allegedly disrespected in his freestyle. Now, shout out to my guy, Big Sad, Mr. 1900, okay? Like, I've met Big Sad. I was in one of his music videos. There's a little cameo in one of his videos. Cool guy, rock with him, love his music. He's doing his thing, okay? And, they're saying the word on the street. He got the connections to the West Side Playboy Gangster Crips. That's what they be saying, okay? So he took to Instagram Live. He was not feeling what Blueface had basically been saying in that freestyle, that little coded language. He wasn't feeling it. And he decided to call out Blueface and seemingly the whole of the Schoolyard Crips. Clearly they don't get along.
I started to leave you alone, bro, because we don't even know who you are. You just popped up, whatever, cool. I'm like, damn, I don't know this nigga, but he got the real scrap yards in his videos. You feel me? So I was like, whatever. Nigga don't know you. Never heard nothing about you. Then they tell me you from Santa Clarita. But fuck all that. Let's meet up and die, nigga. What's up, Tiny Bodine? You want to meet too? What's up, Tiny Bodine? You want to meet up? Niggas don't want to meet up. Let me know any one of you scrapyard niggas want to meet, nigga, on the set, nigga. I'm dropping low, nigga. Fuck scrapyard, nigga. Let's meet, nigga.
So he was disrespecting Blueface's crew, all right? I'm not even going to repeat what you said, but you heard what you said, all right? And then after this, all right, Big Sad, man, he mad disrespectful with it. He then posted a picture, all right, of Blueface's, not his current girl, but like previous girl, like, obviously he's very closely associated with her. He posted a picture of Krishan Rock kissing somebody's feet, all right? They're saying it's another man's feet. I mean, I'm not going to lie, like, these are, then for a man, they're nice looking feet. That's all I'm going to pause, all right? Pause. I thought for a second maybe it could have been a woman's feet, but you know what I'm saying? However it's going down, this is disrespectful, all right? There ain't no two ways about it. Now, after this, Big Sad would take to the Instagram story once again to diss Blueface, tagged him by name, all right, added him in his story on Instagram. He said, I bet you won't link with me like you tried with Soulja Boy. You know what time it is, okay? And he's basically trying to call him out or like bait him out into a fight, all right? And then another very beloved affiliated media personality that we know very well on this channel, okay? We would end up hearing from the mayor of Inglewood himself, Munchie B. And, okay, so to be fair to him, obviously Munchie B is very known for being affiliated with the B team, the red team. You know what I'm saying? That stuff that runs through your veins. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. He be with the Bloods. So he basically tapped in to basically clarify rumors of Blueface being in protective custody. Now, to be fair to him, even though they're not seeing eye to eye, okay, he said that the rumors are actually false. However, he explained in his words, okay, he claimed that basically, according to his sources, while locked up, Blueface wasn't showering. He was smoking all day. He barely left his cell, and he didn't actually squabble with any Bloods like he was suggesting in his freestyle.
The baby mama works in Lancaster prison, bro. On that very yard this man was on. I asked about the man. She said, no, that's not a PCR. But she said, he's a dirt bag, a spice head, and don't come out his cell. All three. Now, how we program out here, YGs, Mike generation, Or the TYGs, younger. We go to yard, mandatory yard. We out there busting down, hanging out and game banging. These Crips is Tiny Loken. You supposed to be on the yard programming. You wasn't doing that, buddy. No activity. So don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the Damu dissing. The Blackstones is the homies. The 20s the homies. You done squabbled none of these dudes running through these jail cells in the jail systems. You're lying. You're lying, bro.
So he's basically saying, Blueface, you're lying, all right? You didn't squabble like you said. You know, that's not how it went down. Now, after this, okay, we saw some quite interesting analysis, okay? Actually, I believe it was on the same day, okay? We ended up seeing on, of all places, the Damn Homie Show, all right? A jail call interview. Now, this is the type of top-tier content that we're trying to see, okay? A jailhouse interview with the rapper Rich Rad, who actually said that he believed, okay, that Blueface actually allegedly fought and severely beat a Black P Stone Blood in prison, okay? So let's hear what he had to say on the show.
Did you see any squabbles that he had?
With some food from Black Pizza and beat the shit out that fool. You know that. And then his ass went to the hole because we was big smoking. We was getting high. We were smoking. And then his ass got too comfortable. And then his ass went to showers in the morning thinking it was good. Like, oh.
Wait, I'm gonna have to, let's reload that. I just want to hear that again because I feel like this is it's a little bit hard to kind of digest what's going on with the recording, how it's recorded here.
Did you see any squabbles that he had?
I know he had squabbled up in the day room with some food from Black Pizza and beat the shit out that fool. You know.
So he's saying they had a squabble in the day room with a Black P Stone, and he's saying he beat the stuff out of that fool. Okay, and I can't vouch for the authenticity of this, but you know that's what they're saying. So some people are saying Blueface wasn't getting busy and he wasn't squabbling, but then other people are saying nah, he was hurting fools. Okay, and eventually, finally, okay, we actually did get a response from Blueface himself. He would clap back and basically say that he did his time the right way, and he would basically say that he's never been disciplined in his decades-long cripping career, and he would claim that Munchie B doesn't know what he's talking about, man.
One time only for y'all, gang. Bro. My whole term, I did everything the correct way, gang. I hit the minimum yard. 3 weeks, I'm out of there. My points went up on active yard, gangland. I did everything the correct way. All that shit popping about Blueface got a DP. I don't screw your crap. I've been from the hood for damn near a decade. I ain't been DP one time. And it's not gonna happen because I follow the rules. I program. Screw your crap. Like, I know I'm fresh out and I got this prison shit back booming and they wanna come out and tell their story. A blind nigga just got on here and said, we had mandatory yard, we squabbling our ops. You were not on the active yard. Dead homies. If you squabbled any ops in prison, you were not on the active yard. That's a no-go. Come on, cuz. It's 2026. Let me fix that. I've been from the hood for over a decade. Don't ask why. Yeah. Ask about that. Over a decade. And I did everything that there's nothing that I ain't did. Y'all know what I'm talking about. School crib.
I ain't gonna lie, he's saying that he's been cripping for 10 years, 10 years plus, multiple decades. There ain't nothing he ain't never done. I mean, look at them tattoos, man. Like, yeah, I believe you, bro. I believe you. I do not doubt your cripping one bit personally. There's other people that are doubting his cripping, fair enough, but I personally don't doubt Blueface's cripping for 1 second. His name's Blueface. Look at his face, all right? That's a Blueface if I ever saw one.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. School crib. Cut it out.
Now, how we program out here, YGs, my generation, or the TYGs, we go to yard, mandatory yard, we out there busting down, hanging out and game banging. These Crips is Tiny Loken, you supposed to be on the yard programming. You wasn't doing that, buddy. If you ever got out on any of your innings from no op hood, bro, you start banging after high school, you was claiming schoolyard, and after you became a rapper, you got put on schoolyard. You never got out on no 20s, or no Blackstone, bro. Not even a Playboy.
My generation.
So look, they're basically trying to say, Munchie's kind of doubling down, basically saying, you know, look, you didn't squabble. It's not that you didn't squabble like you're saying you did, all right? Now, it's now coming out, okay, that people are saying, okay, Blueface might not have been completely honest in his little Instagram post about never having a DP in all of his years and all this stuff, because apparently his baby mama Jaden Alexis actually once revealed on No Jumper in the past that he had already been DP'd by his gang, but of all things, All right, a meat pic. That's the most. I feel like that's the most flattering way that I can say it. A meat pic, meat like you know meat that you would cook on the grill. Pic like a photo. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Look, here's what she said.
And so then, right? So then I guess the people that I guess the gang or whatever was mad about that.
They were mad about the dick pic.
They were mad that people was posting that. So then he decided to post in the mirror pic on hard, right?
Whoa.
So then they was even more mad about that. Like, we just saw your dick. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he's like, so what? And they're like,
and this is before he's famous?
No, he was like getting up there.
Okay.
So then they were like, we just had to see your dick on our story, or we had to see your dick, or whatever the fuck. They was like, oh, and he was like, okay, and then they was like, oh, then pull up. And then he was like, all right, we finna pull up later tonight. We ended up being me and him. So I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. So this is what we doing? Like, okay. So he ended up calling one of his homies. We ended up pulling to the set. It's like 5 niggas lined up.
And this is like a DP situation, or?
I don't know if that's what it was giving, or if they would. I don't know. Like, are y'all just mad, or are you just jealous, or I don't know what the fuck.
Seems like an overreaction to like having to see. I think it was an
overreaction because
I feel like Adam would say that, right? Because if posting your meat on the timeline gets you a DP. Adam in line for about a zillion billion ZPs from the Zesty Disciples, all right? ZP, not DP, a ZP, right? So anyway, just to cap this all off, okay, of course, Munchie B would clap back once again. And I tell you what, if Blueface knows how to do one thing, it's to go viral, because these back and forths have just been nonstop, right? Munchie B would basically get on No Jumper once again. He would double down on the allegations that Blueface didn't hit the yard, and he would basically claim a very bold, disrespectful claim, and he would say Blueface actually spent all his time behind bars just getting high on K2. All right, that's what he said. I'm not condoning it. That's
brother baby mama work in Lancaster State Prison. I was just trying to see if that was a bad yard. She said no, it wasn't. She said he's a dirtbag, a spice head, and don't come out his cell. In my opinion, that's not Tiny Loken. That ain't. You gotta hit the yard and program it. You know what I'm saying? At least one of them yards. Like, you know what I'm saying, when it open up?
The spice makes the time go a lot quicker, I think.
Huh?
The spice makes the time go a lot quicker.
And that's the problem. People get off drugs when they go because they can't cope with the time, and now they ending up on bad yards. Because they catting off the that K2 is dangerous, bro.
No, for sure it is. That's like what...
But he was...
So look, don't play with the Spice Kids, all right? That's all I'll say. But at the end of the day, okay... I don't know if this is the right way to go viral, but Blueface been super viral. I've been hearing for ages, and salute to Whack 100, man, because obviously he's been very instrumental in putting Blueface in position. He's helped Blueface manage his money, manage his career, take himself to the top. Maybe not the top, but take himself to impressive heights of the rap game from basically being from the streets in a very dark situation. Shout out to Whack 100 for making that happen. Blueface knows how to go viral, all right? And I'll be real, I knew Blueface was coming out. I'm planning to do some content on him. We're gonna work something out. We're gonna do a deep dive into Blueface, because I think the guy's just had such an interesting life. I've done videos on Blueface like 4 or 5 years ago, okay? So I've been tapped in. But he clearly knows how to turn up and go viral. Maybe this isn't the viral moments that he was necessarily looking for, but hey, he done got them, all right? And at the end of the day, now he's got the motion. We just got to try and keep him out of trouble and get to the bottom of this situation, okay? But basically, they're saying on one side, he wasn't really squabbling. Other people are saying he was squabbling. And then he's basically saying, look, ain't nobody going to disrespect his crippin'. I feel like Blueface is actually very smart. I feel like he knows how to pull the strings of the media. He knows how to say the little things. Even when he did that original stream with DDG, I think he knew what he was doing. He knew he was saying some stuff. And it took a few days for people to kind of catch up and be like, wait a minute, what did he say? But once again, he's on our timeline. He got people like me making videos about him, so clearly he's a smart kickie. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to catch you guys in another video. I am going to do another video on the new Dirk paperwork. I'm actually going to try my best to do it. I might just read the Dirk paperwork and not say anything else, okay? Because I see what's going on, all right? But I appreciate you guys watching this video. I'll catch you guys in some more videos in the next hour or so, probably. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. I'll catch you in the next one. Love you guys. Peace.